Hello, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Thank you for joining us for another episode of GSC's Girl Pod. I am your host, Candy, and literally for this week in October, I am just Candy. I am cosplaying my avatar. I will put a picture somewhere in here so that you can see it. I stream on Twitch, and I use a VTuber avatar, and this is it. My little Leo shirt. If you all know, I have a cat. That's how we represent. Uh, that's the cosplay for today, but looking amazing. I have to say, Maleficent, how are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. Just thinking about how I can, you know, make life terrible for my niece, because I wasn't invited to her birthday party, and I'm just mad about it. I'm just mad about everything all the time. No, I'm great. I'm fantastic. This is the most. These are just things that I have in my home, so I can be Maleficent whenever. Like, I
Cleaning the
can,
house,
like,
Maleficent. Doing the
yeah.
laundry,
Well,
Maleficent.
if you need a little bit of a zhuzh up, you're not feeling yourself for that day, you can just put on big ass horns and you will automatically be feeling yourself for that day.
This is true. This is true. I may or may not sometimes throw things on just to feel good. And if you are watching this on YouTube, or if you are very good about noticing the differences of voices, you may have noticed that we have another girly on the podcast. So we have Brit.
Hey.
Brit, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Brit, or ohshinebright. I do write for Gamer Social Club. I tend to steer towards the cozy games, I guess. I guess I have labeled myself the cozy game connoisseur. I also am a variety streamer on Twitch, and I play the same cozy games over there as well. So
I mean, you do play The
it's like a
Sims.
theme.
The Sims
I
can
do.
be, borderline.
I
You
feel
keep
like
it
Sims.
cozy, but
Yeah, but like there's a like cozy chaos. I feel like
mhm.
there's that range. Like, do I want to build today or do I want to make like pixels miserable? I mean, lock them in a
Always.
pool, set the house on fire.
See?
The options are
Yes.
endless. The options are endless. So,
That's what I'm
I
talking about.
mean, cozy is what's the word? It's just whatever you make it. Cozy can be Call of Duty. Cozy can be, Sims or Power Wash Simulator. It's what you make it. So it's somebody's
Yeah.
cozy game.
Yeah, what's your comfort? That's the like what's your comfort game?
Yeah.
Mm,
I mean,
That could be anything could be a cozy game.
Mhm.
yeah, some people like screaming in at their friends, get the kill. And I'm just like, I like this shade of blue. That house looks great.
Some people like
No, I
to
love that.
torture themselves in Dark Souls 2 over and over. So,
Yeah.
Super cozy. You have a rapier, it's cozy. You anything with a rapier is cozy, I feel. Like for me,
I
personally.
agree. I agree.
So, before we start and dive into everything, if you were tuning in for the first time, the second time, hopefully not the last time, V and I joked about starting a girl pod once upon a time when the news podcast was just a whole bunch of guys because she was going to miss a week. And here we are, growing. We are closing in on 20-ish episodes. So we're getting there. I think this will technically be episode 16. And we had an episode 0, so really we're at 17. We're getting real close to that 20 mark. And we're still going strong once a week, every week. But make sure you are following the channel so you don't miss those weeks. And make sure that you are following so that you are also catching that news podcast that I just mentioned. We're going to have some other stuff popping up on YouTube. At the time that this comes out, you will also have been able to see a community game night video. So you'll be seeing some of us play Peak, and if you like that stuff, we'll do more of it, and we do it in the Discord. So make sure you're hanging out in the Discord, and make sure that if you need a place to get your gaming news, you are checking out gamersocialclub.ca, because that's the website that we all write for. Editorials, guides, news, reviews written for gamers by gamers. So you're not going to get some like person who gets paid thousands of dollars to play a game and then tell you that it's good or bad. Who's just a journalist who happened to play a game. You're going to hear it from people just like you who are not getting paid to do this. We just do it for the love of the game, literally, or the hate of the game, depending on what game I'm reviewing. So if it's Candy Rangers, ooh, it'll really depend. But come hang out in the Discord, check out the site, keep watching all the videos. And yeah, that's a little quick overview. If you watch the weekly news podcast, you'll see Harry give you the pillars. I think the most important thing is that we are always going to finish the game before we review it. So you will know our full thoughts. If it tanks at the end for some reason, oh, you gonna know. We're not playing 2 hours and
Absolutely.
reviewing. You gonna know. V will take those daggers out on me and stab me with her horns if I don't finish a game for review.
Yeah, unfortunately, I am the person that has to tell everyone this isn't done. You have to fucking do it, or else, I think I've shown my tiny knife on stream before. I don't need to get the tiny knife back out, but please know I will curse your firstborn child to fall into a deep slumber if you do not finish your games before review.
So hire the
And in
huntman.
lieu of a knife, the horns. So
Yeah, absolutely. Just they are large. They are very like would be very painful.
They look like they would be. Yeah. I would be a little afraid. I'd be a little afraid. But I see everyone has their beverages. V, do you wanna talk about what you're drinking so fancy over there? Perfect glass and everything?
Yeah, so as we've been dressing up for all of the girl pods over October, so you might be like, that's a martini glass, but that's a bit of a weird shade for a martini. But this is an extra wet, extra dirty, stirred gin martini, which is my preferred way of drinking a martini. But also, I feel like Maleficent would have a martini.
Mm-hmm.
So I use vermouth blanco rather than extra dry, which is why it is this sort of more. I'm going to say piss colored because it is a bit piss colored, but but yeah, an extra wet martini just means you don't strain out the vermouth when you're making the martini. And extra dirty means that you put the olive juice straight in with the olives. So this is just a glass of alcohol with some olives in it. And it's delicious. And I really feel like it's very Maleficent coded.
It is. It looks right. It really does
Yeah,
look right.
absolutely.
And
I feel like
then
if it was Maleficent, though, it would be like eyeballs floating instead of olives, maybe.
ooh.
Yeah,
The horror aspect.
unfortunately, I was all out of eyeballs before this
I mean,
evening.
olives will do in
Like,
a pinch. So
yeah. If you have eyeballs, use the eyeballs. If you don't, olives will do in a pinch. Right is
Mhm.
right.
Mhm. That's true. That's true. And if you don't drink and you're listening to Girl Pod, that's cool too. Britt, what are you drinking?
um, so this is called the Perfect Pour. It is local apple cider with toffee syrup and caramel and fresh cut apples. I just so happen to live in the Empire State, so apples are plentiful here. So, yeah, and it's just over ice. And I mean, it's perfect for this fall afternoon. It's rainy here, it's chilly. I mean, it's perfect for the farmer's market or chatting on Girl Pod, all the good things. But it's not alcoholic. We're going mocktail today, so.
Yeah, no, listen, that's fine. I will, after the podcast, I'm gonna be creepy and be like, we're in the Empire State. Only because I too am in the Empire State. And I am going to
Mm.
be representing with the alcoholic side of New York, with some headless pumpkin from Angry Orchard. So for those of you who've been following the podcast, um, I went to Angry Orchard a few weeks ago and picked up a bunch of different ciders from there so I could try them out on the podcast. So I have actually
Mm.
not had the pumpkin one at all. I did have their frozen pumpkin drink, but obviously something once it's frozen like that and mix it with a whole bunch of different sugars to make it more of a, I don't know, icy type of consistency. It's a little bit different with the taste. So you're gonna get live reaction on whether or not this is good. I am slightly nervous, but as they say in Japan, kanpai. Oh no, actually that's delightful, and I'm upset I don't have more. That's actually so good. It's like it is less cinnamony apple pie. Oh, that
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Mm. I will say this is a dangerous one. The first one that I had on an episode a couple of weeks back was very cinnamon forward, and I know that is off-putting to some people. This one doesn't have that, and this goes down really smooth. Like this is the type that like you could just keep drinking them and not realize how many you drink.
How many? A bunch of alcohol is in it. Does it have pumpkin in it since it says pumpkin, or is it?
It does. So it is hard cider, filtered water, cane sugar, natural flavors, fruit and vegetable juice, sulfates. So yeah, it's got something pumpkin in it. I'm guessing it's the fruit
Hmm.
juices, fruit and vegetable juice probably, but um, very very delightful. Uh, only 5%, but I say only 5%, but the thing is, when you're having a good time and you're out with people, it's like, oh, it's only 5%. I could have a few, and then and there's so much sugar in it because it's a cider. Before you know it, you're like, I'm feeling good, and your friends are like, ooh, girl, you gotta stop. And it's like, what do you mean?
You're
So,
on the table and then you're under the
and then you're,
table.
Yeah, absolutely.
hmm
Good night.
Uh,
yeah, good.
mhm.
That's a hell of a night. Oh, that is. Mm. I only brought one 4-pack of like the different ones they had. Now I'm like, damn, I think I need to go get some more of these packs.
Yeah.
Uh,
And especially because
oh,
one person finds it and then it's gone. And then you can't find it. That was like
yeah.
I was obsessed with the Witch's Brew Alani Nu last year. Obsessed with it. It's like the caramel apple and could not find it anywhere. Could
Yeah.
not find it anywhere in gas stations and supermarkets. You couldn't find it. So this year I found a 24 pack and I've been nursing those babies, but when someone finds something good and you say, "Oh, this is great," and then you can't find it.
Literally, because we went to Angry Orchard a few years ago, and they had a like the sinful apple or whatever it was. That was the one that was really cinnamon flavored, and that one I really enjoyed. Now they only sell it as part of these like 4-packs. Um,
Mm.
So the first episode I had the sinful one. Last episode I had the berry bewitched, which looks like and smells like Robitussin, but is delightful. And now this one, and the fourth one, which I will save for another episode, is like a blood orange. Um,
Ooh.
but you can only buy them in the 4-pack. So thankfully, so far, like 3 out of the 4, and I wasn't sure that I was going to. So now I'm like, I should have bought more. What I did buy, and I'm sorry, not sorry that I tried this off a Girl Pod episode. I tried apple wine. It's not
Mm.
good. I thought it was gonna be good. It was so gross. I was like, I can't actually drink this. I threw it out. And I still have 3 cans in the fridge that I don't know what to do with.
Was it just overly alcoholic or what was it?
It's just,
Like battery acid?
it's not even like battery acid. It's just,
You can't keep it for when like someone like me would come to visit who'd basically drink anything if it's got an ABV. Like, it's just like
it's just like, I don't, I don't know. I tried it, and at first I was like, maybe it tastes like an apple gone bad.
Mm.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay, maybe I wouldn't drink that.
And
Maybe
I
that's a
like
step too
apples.
far.
I like apples, right? I like apple cider. And I was just like, oh. And then I had Sean try it, and he was like, oh no, this isn't good. And like, I'm more of a fussy drinker, and I'm aware of this, right? Sean is not, and he was like, this just isn't good. And I was like, okay, so it's not like my baby palate being like, give me sugar. No, it's just not good.
Yeah. I only drink what my husband refers to as bitch drinks.
Hmm
Like, if I can't taste the alcohol or it's sugar or it's slushy, I'll take it. But if I can taste it, is the worst. I can't. I can't. I get heartburn. I get all that stuff. I was like, am I old? Am I don't know. And I can't even drink beer. I have that gene where like beer tastes like soap or whatever it is. Like it just tastes like
Oh,
bad. Yeah. I just can't drink beer. It just does not taste good.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
just
to
don't
be fair,
think
beer doesn't actually taste that good. You have to make yourself like beer, which I have done over the
Mhm.
past not 24 years. I didn't start drinking beer when I was 10. Good grief. But after, over the past
She's like 20 years, 14. No, I'm
many
kidding.
uh, well, yeah, it definitely wasn't just 14, but yeah, no, I had to make myself like beer. Because we did discuss last week on Girl Pod, it was because when I went to uni, beer was 50 pence a pint, and I was just like, well, this is an economical decision to start drinking beer. But yeah, realistically, beer does not taste good. Much like most wines, it does not taste good until you make yourself like it, and then afterwards you're like, oh, this is delicious. I get all the complexities and the notes, and you're just like, oh, maybe you just like a drink. Maybe it's just that.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mm.
yeah, probably. Because I don't think I drink enough. I'm just like, this is not what I want to spend my money on.
Valid.
Why buy beer
There are
when have
other
video
ways.
game?
Yeah, and there are other ways to get a buzz. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're supportive of all ways to get a buzz on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
Yep.
I
like
mean, we're in New York. Weed's legal. Enjoy.
It's a free garden state, so
Have fun.
yeah.
yep.
If it's
See,
legal where you are and you don't like beer,
there you go.
smoke responsibly, eat responsibly. Like,
Hmm.
have a good time.
Yeah. See,
Mm.
I'm the cat with no catnip receptors. So, like, weed does nothing
Mm,
for me. So I'm like, well, it's a
Mm.
good thing that I enjoy some drinks, right? I mean, obviously, like, if you're listening to this and you're not, if you're in the US and you're not the age 21 or older, or if you're in other countries, 18 or over, blah, 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 you know what your law is. Don't drink, don't do drugs, all that good stuff, unless they're legal drugs and you are of age. But like sometimes, you want to go out and you want to have a little something, or you want to chat with, the girls, the theys, the thems, the dudes, if you want to chat with the dudes and you want to have a casual drink or whatever, you want to have a buzz going, right? At least there's something. So for me, it's the ciders, because I've tried, you know, edibles and I've tried different things and I'm like nothing. Not not a damn thing. Just it either will just put me to sleep or it's a waste of somebody else's stash. So I'm like, well, sorry. You might as well just throw it
mm.
into
No,
the
that's true.
garbage.
No, give it to someone else.
I know, that's why I'm like, don't give it to me, because it says, like, if you give it to me, it says good as the garbage. Like, so
Yeah.
give it to somebody else that can enjoy it, not me. I'll be
Due
here
for
with my
another round.
pumpkin. Yeah, right. I'll
Mm.
be here with my pumpkin cider. Thank you, my headless pumpkin. So I'll just be chilling. But while I enjoy
Yeah.
another sip of this, since it is your first episode, tell us who is a fantasy guest that you would love to have on the pod.
This man right here, Mr. Pedro Pascal. Oh, he's hiding
You
behind a
love it.
pumpkin.
I was like, we
Like,
can get a pumpkin on the
Andrew
podcast. I
Pascal,
don't know if they'll talk.
I
Pedro
love me about
Pascal.
Pedro
I
Pascal. Like,
I will fight to the death. He is the one. He's on the list. I've given the list to my husband. I was like, this is it. There's just one person. It's Pedro.
yeah.
That man.
It's like gotta compose myself. Gotta
Mhm.
take a second. So
Yeah, I'm just having a little sip. I'm thirsty now.
I'm thirsty and I'm thirsty.
I mean, we are a very big Star Wars family. If you can't tell by like the bunch of Star Wars stuff in the back, but to know that he was under the Mandalorian mask,
Hmm.
whenever he actually was, I was like, oh, so now I really like the Mandalorian. And then you've got The Last of Us, and you've got all the cute little movies that he's been in over the thing. He's just a pure human being that I want to, cup in my hands. And I don't know. I mean, he wasn't the inspiration for Joel in The Last of Us, but he embodied Joel in the TV show. So, I mean, you got to give him a lot of credit because, I mean, didn't they have, what was it? What's it called? When they, the tracking
Oh,
for,
the
Oh,
with like
motion
the
tracking. Yeah.
yes.
yeah, because, he
Okay.
had Ashley Johnson for Ellie. And I don't remember who they did for Joel,
Well,
but
Troy
Troy
Baker
Baker,
voiced
right?
Joel. Yeah, so I assume he did the
did
mocap.
did they? Okay. Um, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I only know it was Troy Baker off the top of my head because he was at New York Comic Con and there was a big thing. One of my friends
okay.
did a picture with the whole cast of The Last of Us. That's the only reason I know, because I have not played The Last of Us, although I have watched the show. That's the only reason I know it's Troy Baker Festival. Otherwise, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I like Ashley Johnson because she's, Critical Role D&D geek. So, but yeah, like he embodied Joel, and I never played the game. I have not played the game because it was on PlayStation for the longest time, and it's sitting at like $60-$70 still on Steam. I mean, you could catch it once in a while, but I think that's the only reason that I haven't dived in is the price point.
Because they're just going to keep re-releasing it at the same price point.
I mean, like, it's like Nintendo.
Yeah, I was going to say Sony's starting to do a Nintendo, and they're like, actually, your games never go on sale. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I love a Steam sale. How dare you?
I know. And they're like, oh, it's 10% off. And you're like, this is probably the cheapest I'm ever going to get, the 10%.
10%? What do you mean? I can get a little indie game that was only a $5 for 90% off. I'm paying like £5 for it. Like, what do you mean? Like,
maybe that's the reason I like cozy games, because they just seem to be in that affordability range, because they're all made by indie developers, or when they are made by larger developers, they don't seem to go over that $30-$40 mark, which still, in my opinion, is a little pricey. But developers who do make a great game do deserve to get paid for said game. So,
oh yeah,
oh absolutely. Yeah.
If they're making a good game, right? I think that's the thing that always drives me nuts. Like, if you're making a good game, and if you make a good game and it's a good story or good mechanics or good whatever, right? I don't even mind, maybe the $70 price point, right? It's going to be few and far between that I'm going to grab them, but I will, right?
Yeah.
But and as someone who's a JRPG fan, right? A $70 game, I'm still getting like easily 40, 50, 60 hours of content from so for me, like the ratio feels fine. And I know even with some of like the farming sims, you can do the same things. You can just keep playing and things like that, right? Like, so that all to me, I'm like, yeah, this works. Like, timing wise, money wise, cool. But I hate when it's like, here's a $60-$70 game and it's about 8 hours of gameplay. I'm like, excuse me? What?
You know how many hours I had to work to pay for that game?
Right.
Probably more than this game was, like, how long this game was to play.
Like, I will wait till it's on sale. Thank you.
Or when it comes to, what is that, CD keys that you can sometimes grab good deals with that one.
Now loaded. They're loaded now.
Yeah. Why did they change it? Like, I think Harry brought this up in the news pod, but Loaded was the name of like a lads mag in the UK. Like, yeah. So like Loaded is like, if you say Loaded in the go to Loaded. People are going to tell you that you're like trying to recommend them porn, which we can no longer watch because we're in the UK and it's like it's against the rules now. You need to get a VPN. Like, um, but it's so weird. Like, why would you change it? CD keys was fine. It explained perfectly
It
what
made
you were
sense.
getting. It's like, what you mean? A Steam key for my like PC game? Oh, like, but they were like, no, now it's loaded. It's like,
I had no idea.
Well, now I'm just thinking about titties again. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
See, the last time I actually used it, not even knowing the name change. Dang.
I just remember being like, that's such a weird one.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not usually one to do, like hours played versus cost of the game to see whether or not that's worth. Like, it's like very experiential, I think, with games. But considering the fact that there's so many amazing indie titles that come out now, like you used to be able to kind of get away with that, like it's AAA, like 10, 15 years ago. But now it's like, no, I can buy an indie game that's made by like 4 people, and yeah, I know AAA games are not made by 4 people. I get it. Like, you don't have to explain economics to me in the comments. Like, but it's like, but if they're doing that with 4 people and it's amazing, why do you need 200 people to make something just so I can count the hairs on someone's head, which I don't care about? It's a video game. Like, if I wanted to physically smell Pedro Pascal, I would stalk him like a normal human being. Like,
Stalk him like a
Mm,
normal human being.
yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna stalk
Yeah.
him. Uh,
Yeah.
like when they did that whole RTX like hair technology for the Indiana Jones DLC, and I'm like, is this what we're paying for? For individual hairs on heads? Is
Mhm.
this good gameplay? Like, is this something that there's plenty of genres that I don't really enjoy, but none of it is none of it's going to be made better because you can count the individual fucking hairs on someone's head.
Yeah.
Like, mm, I actually don't care about graphics in games. Like, as long as they fit the vibe. Like,
Mhm.
if you try and do photorealism and it's bad, then that detracts. But you don't have to do that. You can do a Dredge. You can do a Stardew Valley. You can do like any of the best games ever made that are not photorealistic.
Mhm.
You don't have to spend what £100 million on photorealism for a game that is not that fun or just
But V,
whatever. Maybe it is fun.
how am I gonna goon over five guys that look the same in Love and Deep Space if they don't focus on the hair?
They
Who
don't
has more
even look
hair on their head?
photorealistic. They don't even look photorealistic, can they? People be gooning over anything, like apart from women that look like actual women.
It's true.
Like,
I just wanted to throw Love and Deep Space in there. Yeah, I
yeah,
couldn't
no,
throw the Horse
absolutely.
Girl game in because they don't look like they're obviously, cartoons.
Yeah, no, well, you couldn't put that in because you know people are gooning over those horse girls,
I mean,
right? Like,
I know. Listen. Doesn't take much to be able to goon over something. It's fine. It's fine.
well, apparently, what people cannot be gooning about is Ghost of Yoti because the titties they don't be big enough.
I just
Apparently, that's
I
not
just
enough.
gotta say, V is stealing my segue things. I see you. I see.
Listen, I'm on my villain arc. Look at these horns. Like,
I mean, so I don't know if y'all read Reddit, but so Erika Aishi, who is who is the motion tracking actor and voice for protagonist, uh, their partner went on Reddit and was like, "You guys were like, that's not their butt. That's not their butt in the bath scene. You guys are missing out because that's not their actual butt. That is someone else's butt. So you guys are missing out. Um, so
I love that their
come
partner
on,
went and did that.
yeah.
You don't get to see it,
You know what
but
the
I
worst?
do.
They were like, you know what the worst thing about this game is that you guys missed out on what their butt really looks like. So
I'm the only person that gets to look at that butt.
yeah, yeah, and whatever like Erica's reasoning was that their partner gets it, whatever. The fact that it was made into a joke, especially because with all the talk about whatever, like they didn't have enough breasts, whatever that,
Mhm. It's
because that
always
affects gameplay.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like it's always something, right? You're never because this is the flip of Wu Chang, right? Where it was like she's too hot, too hot. I can't focus. I can't do this. Blah blah blah. And now
too
it's like
too much too much bibbly.
too much.
Too much
Yeah,
too much booba.
too much
Someone's
jiggle.
just like
Too much this. Like,
yeah.
and now
Hmm.
you have the flip side where it's like, oh, well, like first of all right, like the character, and I don't remember her. I think it's Atsu or something like that. And I have not played Ghost of Yotai,
Yeah.
right? Uh, like she's running around and kicking ass, right? As someone
Mhm.
who does have boobs, let me tell you, if my boobs were massive, it would be difficult to do that. My back would hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, like,
They reduce your center of gravity. You have to remember. Okay, you fall off your horse. Your front top heavy. You're not just gonna be like, oh, and get right back up. There's gonna be rolling. There's gonna be like, you're gonna be pulled to the earth a lot faster. Like, we're helping you out with your aerodynamics. Just chill.
And like like sports bras exist in modern society. You think that in like other societies in the
they had
past they didn't like they didn't bind their breasts down so they could actually do active sports. Like again, I was going to say like most of the guys that are talking about this, but I don't know. Maybe that they are more top heavy or anything like that. We're never body shaming here. Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
But like as a woman who used to run, like I've run like half marathons and stuff like that. Those babies need to be strapped the fuck down, like because
Mm-hmm.
otherwise you're going to run for like 5, 10 minutes. And you're gonna be in so much pain. Like this is not
Yes.
acceptable. But so just because it's set like in feudal Japan, do you not think that they would be strapping them down so that they could go out and actually function in an active society? Like, just, what do
My
you mean?
mind
Oh,
goes.
no.
My mind immediately goes to Andy from The Office yelling, "My nipples! They're chafing!"
Absolutely. It's like, no, it's fine as long as they're like right out to here, and we've put lots of airbrushing and makeup and stuff like that on her face, and she looks like a. It's never people talk about anime and things like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love a big titty anime lady. Like I'm a big titty anime lady fan, but you're going from big titty anime lady a la like Final Fantasy X into just hentai at a certain point. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, lots of people have big breasts. Should they be in video games? Absolutely. That's fine. Should every single woman in a video game have massive fucking honkers, but also perfect makeup all the time and look completely out of place in whatever period they're in? No. Like, get a grip, bro.
Yeah.
The hentai is right there. You can just watch it. Like you don't have to play the game because that's clearly not what you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to
Like,
seep into every orifice of your life.
Yes.
It can just be. Let
yeah,
things just be. And this is coming from a person who has not played the game, but who has a a big crush on the motion tracking actor Erika Aishi
mm,
because they're in so much other stuff that I do
Mm-hmm.
enjoy. And I just feel like it's just ugh. It just feels I don't know yuck I guess
It
that
it is.
yeah.
like the game is amazing from what I've seen people play. The graphics I know like some of us love graphics, some of us don't, but like just the quality of the game and just sticking to like um just different cultures and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's just beautifully done. And people are gonna be like, you need to play it. So how do you know? Okay,
Well,
I mean, there's
I
I have
beautiful.
eyes.
edited the
Okay.
review. I
Yeah,
edited the review that Koopy did for us. Like,
yeah.
it's a like 1,700 word review, and Koopy is a very good writer, and
Mm-hmm.
he will absolutely 1v1 you in most games. Like,
100%.
I'm gonna say, like, games come out, we don't get codes for them, and like 2 days later, Koopy's like, I've finished it, and then you read it, and I'm like, what do you mean? This is like a 30-hour game, and he's like, Mom, sleep is for the weak. Sleep is for tiny babies. Like, I don't ever need to sleep. I only game. Like, and then he writes like the most beautiful prose you've ever seen, and I'm like, what?
On what sleep,
God
Anne?
damn.
Yeah.
Like, I stay up like 1 hour too late writing a review and it's gibberish. And he's like, no, like I finished it and now the review's ready. And then like I will edit the review and like 2 days later he'll message me and be like, oh, I made one error here and I missed it and you missed it. And I'm like, oh, good grief. Like, like I'm gonna quit my job. I, he gave it a 9 out of 10, and I have a lot of faith in
Mm-hmm.
the fact that he likes video games the way that we all like video games, which is it's a good fucking game. Like I've not played it yet either, so I'm not gonna say if it would be a 9 out of 10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm gonna say is obviously not a fucking bad game,
Yeah.
and if you have actual criticisms about it that are not main character not big booba enough, then
Mm-hmm.
say those criticisms. Like I know Skill Up in his video review of it, he was like, it doesn't really do anything different from the first game, so it's like a bit like over-treaded formula. And I'm like, absolutely, I can see that. If you're burnt out from open world games, which everything apparently needs to be right now, then maybe don't pick it up at this very moment in time.
Yeah.
But don't tell me it's a bad game because you don't want to have a wank to the main character. Like, because one,
Yeah.
plenty of people do, and two, not everyone has to look like a blow up sex doll from hentai for you. Like,
Mhm.
people can just look like normal human beings, and that's completely fine.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm. No, I feel like
Exactly.
people are just attacking it because, unfortunately, of who Erika Ishii is, right? They, you know, I looked it up real quick. They go by like he, she, they pronouns, right? So, all the pronouns, and so then of course you have the people that are just like it's woke, so it's garbage. I'm like, how can you say it's woke, it's garbage when you haven't even touched it yet, right? Just because of the person that is in it, and just because they made it a female protagonist, and it's like they could be telling the most beautiful story, right? And also, as someone who has not played it but is chronically on Twitch, so has seen a lot of gameplay of it, right? Like, it is a very beautiful game. It seems fairly fluid, right? And again, I haven't played it, so I can't tell you how it actually feels, but what I'm watching, right, seems, really, really smooth. Um, and then the story, and for me, I'm a story person, right? So the story of the revenge and all the things that are happening, huge. And then they added all these little things. I, as a big anime fan, enjoyed, let's say, the first half of Samurai Champloo, right? So to have the creator of Samurai Champloo involved in this project, huge, right? And then to have the black and white ability to play it, right? Like,
Kurosawa.
right, like very artistic ways of being able to customize your gameplay and how you're experiencing the story. And I think that's the thing too. I think part of it is like, yes, the formula of certain pieces may be the same, although there's a lot of weapons and there's all this, and that's really great, right? But I think this feels like a game that a lot of it is how are you experiencing it, right? So yes, the formula has not changed, but the way you can go about it is what's changed. And let's not forget, okay, because we haven't mentioned this yet, you can still pet the foxes. There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 game of the year.
Pet the foxes.
I mean, you add any element where you can pet something, I'm in. I'm in. It could be the crappiest game. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm
Hmm.
in.
And I mean, I've not played Ghost of Yotei, but I have played Ghost of Tsushima. And if there's not much change from that, that's a phenomenal game. Like, again, I can understand if you're just a bit burnt out on the open world formula and the way that it runs, but you're not coming over to me and telling me that that's not a phenomenally made game. The combat is fantastic. Just the atmosphere and the vibes are
Hmm.
immaculate, and you can pet the foxes. The way that they handled finding new things with like hitting the the DualSense like touchpad, although I think it came out first on PlayStation 4.
Hmm.
But you hit the touchpad and then it's like the wind sort of guides you to another area of interest and things like that. It's just a phenomenally made game, rightfully celebrated when there was a male protagonist. So why is there so much
Hmm.
like up in arms about it being a female protagonist, especially when that female protagonist is played by a non-binary actor? And like I don't know what to tell you. If you don't think Erika Ishii is hot, like maybe there's something wrong with you, bro.
I mean, look, I will say, the only time that I had to question Erika Ishii and the attractiveness, and I don't know if you got this far in it, Bright, uh, playing Date Everything, there's a scene with Benoit, and literally, you are being a human taco on the bed. And that is the one moment where I had to question, because I was like, the food in the bed thing is where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. But that is the only time that I've had to sit there and be like, in this moment, you might not be hot. Only because there is food in the bed and we're talking about making like a human taco, and this might be the step too far. But
I
otherwise,
mean, everybody has their kinks, and we don't kink shame.
so for me, I was like, ooh, we're talking like that. I know taco can be like an innuendo for things, and I'm okay with the innuendo, but the actual food in the bed, I was like,
See that part I get because anytime there is a crumb in my bed, my partner's like, "Did you let our kid eat in here?" Because after school she'll come sit next to me and she'll be eating an after school snack with her tablet, and he's like, "Did you let her eat a snack in bed?" I don't know. You know,
Yeah. Maybe I was in the other room. Maybe she just like threw crumbs on the bed just for chaos.
she's like, "Here," you know. But no, I get that. I think I get that, but like, we gotta stop shitting on like it's just because it's different than what you want
mm-hmm,
in the sense of like customization. And as a girly who thrives in customization in games, does it disappoint me like a little bit when there's not customization? I can't choose the color of someone's cloak. Yes. But like but in the sense of like this, like the people who go, I feel personally that go and play games like this aren't looking for the crazy customization.
mm-hmm,
So
No.
to to shit on this over boobs
unreal.
Yeah.
crazy is crazy. And I
Yeah.
mean, that might be a hot take. Okay, but at the same time, the time and effort and the love that was in this game. Again, didn't play it, but have seen a lot of gameplay
Mm-hmm.
over boobs.
Yeah. I will firmly stand by my assertion that I have made now multiple times on the Girl Pod that the people that get really up in arms about this sort of stuff on Twitter and things like that, they don't play video games, they're just grifters.
Yes.
Because if you played video games, you would not be this annoyed about a game not having boobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like we do it a little bit both ways on it, and the fact that sometimes when there's games with boobs, and people are like, I can't believe that you've got a female character that's like over sexualized, and I was like, but women are also allowed to be booby and hot. Like, I love
Yeah.
a booby hot woman. Like, it, but these people are certainly not people who are not playing video games. People are like over sexualization of women. This is a thing that does happen, and I'm not going to say that it doesn't, and say that they are the same as grifters on the internet who don't probably don't even own a fucking console and are just like posting AI generated images of like Atsu from Ghost of Yoti with the biggest, most ridiculous hentai honkers
Mm-hmm.
you've ever seen in your entire life, and being like, "This is what real gamers want." And I was like, "No, what real gamers want is like ball pit and dredge and like just like what do you mean this is what real gamers want? I have 274 hours in Balatro. There's not even a boob in sight. Like this would have sold this much if it had big badonkadonks. I'm like, I I'm literally playing a game right now where like they're none of the characters, they're all frogs. Do the frogs need badonkadonks? Like, what do you mean? Like, gamers like games, bro. They don't care. Gooners like titties.
Unless we're talking about Baldur's Gate 3
Yeah, I
in
would like the
where
men to have bigger badonkadonks in Baldur's
Mm.
Gate 3.
I'm
I would like the
but
biggest chestest man you've ever seen.
what's
Like,
his name? I'm trying to think of his name. He's a skeleton looking dude. His
Withers?
name is escaping me. Withers. Withers big old bitties. Have you seen that mod? Have you seen that mod?
I have not, but now I feel like I need to look this up.
Yes, please. You need to look it up. It's Withers Big Ol' Bitties, and like they put a rack on that, and you're like, how is your body holding them up?
yeah.
Because you've seen Withers.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
my partner corrected me. It's Withers Big Naturals.
Withers
Oh.
big natural.
But I
Big
mean,
mommy milkers.
it, so I mean, like, I get wanting boobs on everything. You want boobs on withers.
Yeah.
So,
So play on PC and download a mod. No one's stopping you from doing
Yeah.
that either.
yeah,
I'm not gonna pretend that I don't have big big milkers on all the Khajiit and Skyrim when I play it on my PC. I'm not a furry. I will be smooth.
Mm, this is the second episode in a row that you've tried to say I'm not a furry and that you won't admit to being a furry. Mm.
But at the same, like that's fun, or it's like what you like, and it's funny, and or it's hot, and you enjoy it. As we said earlier, we don't kink shame here. But if it's stopping you from enjoying the game because there's not some big honkers, we'll either play on PC and mod
Mhm.
in the big honkers, or shut the fuck up.
and that is exactly it. That is it. We don't care that you like them. We care that you shit on games because the lack of them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly,
You know, they can
exactly.
play somebody in the Discord put the I don't remember what it was, but it was basically like a modeling simulator and just it was clearly just a porn game, right? It may I don't think it would Phrase might have been the one who put it because it was
It wasn't
something.
me.
No, it wasn't you, but it was like somebody stumbled across some weird random game and it was just like you looked at it and I'm like, this is what these people want. Like they don't want actual gameplay. They just want a
I bet it was
like
Russell. I bet it was Russell.
no,
Like,
you know what, I sorry, I thought it was Phrase. It was not Phrase. It was Jeffrey. And it
oh,
was the OF
I didn't
model
know Jeffrey
simulator.
was a. I didn't know that Jeffrey was a pervert.
And well I I think it was just one of
Jeff.
those things where he came across something and he was like, what is this? Um
Oh yeah,
and
I
he
frequently come across things online that I definitely didn't actively search for. That is OnlyFans simulator.
Well, he
Yeah,
posted it.
definitely. This
He
happens
posted
all
it
the
in the
time.
general, and he said, "Phrase, maybe this is a game for you to play because it's a simulator game, right?" And we know that Phrase plays a lot of those like simulation games. And all right, again, if future me remembers to edit the photo in, we'll put the photo in of what this looked like. Um, and it's like 2.5 stars on PS4. It's $20. But of course the picture is big boobed girl on a bed. The top is almost not even there, right? And it's like, listen, if that's the game you want to play, that's fine, right? You want to play Honey Pop or Hentai Elf or whatever the hell it is, be my guest. Have fun, right? But not every game needs that, and not every game should have that, right? Like let it let it be more real, right? Let let Atsu like bind her chest down so she could go out and kick ass, right? Like let her do whatever it is that she needs to do. It's fine. You're not playing that game to stare at her. You're playing the game to pet the foxes. Okay? Not for the revenge. You're playing it for the foxes.
I mean, I'll play that game to stare at them because
Yeah, because I don't
but
need everyone to be a big titty lady. I like a big titty lady, but
Mhm.
I also like a very attractive man or a very
Mhm.
attractive non-binary person. Like
Mhm.
mhm.
I'll
Yeah.
stare. I'll stare at anyone consensually.
Good looking. I'll
Like,
stare.
And I'll stare at anyone.
consensually. Like if you don't want me to stare at you, just let me know. That's
You can stare at me any day.
fine.
I'll be right here for you to stare at.
Yeah, I'll stare at you both consensually. Mm.
Uh, um,
Yeah,
but I want it to become more affordable before I do play it.
Mhm.
Um, uh, again, where we were talking about the $70 games, it is probably worth it, but not right now,
yeah,
personally. And it's not something that is. I mean, and for those who have picked it up, I bet like that it's a game they've been waiting for.
Mhm.
Like,
mm,
and I'm excited for people to be able to play this game. Whereas I'm still waiting for, uh, what is it coming out? Power Wash Simulator 2. That's like
Okay. Yeah.
2 weeks away from its
yeah.
release.
And
Mm.
it'll
Uh,
be a lot cheaper than Ghost of Yotai. And
yep.
there was an article. I'm gonna try to find it. Uh, because I think it was U.S. specific. There was an article that said that basically people in the U.S. who are gamers are buying less than 10 games a year, right? And that's the average, right? Yeah,
Do they
Vita's
not
like,
have
what?
Steam?
Well,
Do they not
no,
have Steam? Do they
I
not
mean,
have access to the Steam summer sale? I buy like 10 games in the Steam summer sale. These must be console gamers. I'm
I
sorry.
I think it
Like,
was
there's no
primarily
way you
console.
play on PC and you buy less than 10 games a year. Like, you,
I buy
like
games that sit in my box.
Mhm.
I
yeah,
like in my list. I buy games that are like, I'll play that later.
Mhm.
yeah.
2 years
Seems
later,
like
oh, maybe I should play that game. I got it for
yeah,
like $5.
Yeah.
seems like this game for your wish list is on sale, and I'm like, oh, 90% off. I'll buy it, and then like a year later, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, sorry.
Like,
I got that even more wrong. Sorry. Hold on. This is US specific. So it was a market research company, right? That we're studying again, US specific. So if you're listening from somewhere else, your stats may be different. 18% of players in the United States buy one new video game about once every 6 months. So it is 2 games a year. 12% buy one, right?
like I don't
30
want to. I don't want to have to do all PC Master Race, but fucking hell, you guys need to get some PCs. Like, what
I
are you
mean,
doing?
yes. Yes.
Buy
Um
PC so you can mod the boobies.
so you can mod them, you
Yeah,
can
if
get
you want the
free
boobies, you
Steam
can have the
games,
boobies. Like,
right? I mean, only 4% buy more than once a month. Um and they said if these numbers are unusual, it's because most people, which this also makes sense, right? Like most people who are in a gaming circle are that, 4% and things like that that are buying more games per month, right? Because you're probably friends with a whole bunch of gamers, whereas the casual person is not spending, you know, that much on games. And I think especially, and again, this was a very US specific study, especially if you're in the US, you just don't have it to buy those games, right? Like that's I think a big thing. And if you are in the US, you probably also don't have it to buy a decent gaming PC often enough or to upgrade your gaming PC, right? So I think, to the price point conversation and all these things, it's like if there's not enough people buying games, the answer is not to raise the price so that the few people that are buying the games you'll make more money off of, right? Consider lowering the price. And again, I do understand that there are lots of devs and everything else that go behind that, especially on some of these bigger games. Get it? They need to make a living too, they need a salary, blah, blah, blah. Totally get that, totally heard. But
yeah. Have you tried
maybe
playing the CEOs less?
that's what I was just about to say. Like maybe the CEOs don't need to make that money, right? And I think the other thing too is maybe just make a good game. And I know that some of these companies, the amount of money that they spend on marketing, and again, not to say that marketing people don't need a job in marketing, and I would love to do marketing for video games like as like a dream job at this point because I'm a little burnt on some of these other jobs. But like, you know, maybe you don't need a huge marketing budget, right? And I say that because look at some of these indie titles that have come out that clearly don't have that sort of marketing budget, right? And yet they are selling and making money. And I mean, and even ones that are not as indie as like a Peak or something like that, let's say, right? We just celebrated the fact that Expedition 33 hit 5 million copies sold, right? That game had a marketing budget. Is it the same marketing budget that maybe like Ghost of Yotai has? I would say probably not.
Absolutely not.
I don't see
Right.
them saying
We
it
did
sold
get
five,
some
you know.
because it was like marketed a little bit by Xbox because it was like launching on Game Pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no way that it had not even the same marketing budget, but just like the push. Like
Yeah.
Expedition 33 like was announced very close to like this sort of latter half of last year.
Mhm.
And then there was like a marketing push before it came out. Like
Yeah.
we've known about Ghost of Yotai for like a
Years.
while now.
It
Like
feels
yeah,
like years.
yeah, mm, yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Marketing budgets for games are weird.
it.
Like I feel like they just try and do the movie model, and I do understand why things do need marketing,
Mhm.
but it's like if you're spending like the same budget as it took to create your game on marketing, surely not. Surely you could just get a really good community manager and they can do
Right.
something like that. Like, you don't need to. Do we need to be plastering stuff on the side of buses? Like, I'm not walking
Oh,
down the street and looking at a bus and being like, oh, I'm going to buy Spider-Man. Like, what? Like, this is not how the gaming community works. Like, that might make you go into a cinema to watch a film,
Mhm.
but my mom doesn't. No, that's unfair to my mother. She does know what games consoles are, and she. But like my aunts and stuff like that, they don't even know what a game console is. If they saw like Ghost of Yotei on the side of a bus, they would think it was a film, and then they would be confused as to what it
Mhm.
was.
mhm.
Like I feel like people who want to play video games kind of are more online.
They are,
Yeah.
and that's why
Yeah.
I don't think you need that budget, right? You know, if you are gonna be more of like a cozy type game, get your community manager to get in touch with Brit so that she can stream it on Twitch and people will hear about it there, right? Like, there.
Uh,
I mean,
yeah.
people joke about it on Twitch, and they're like, people should just give me their game so I can play it, right? And to some extent, that is not true because some games will have their own marketing and whatever. But I do think there are other ways to market the games to get people interested, to get them to know about it, right? Like, and sometimes that is just going on and seeing somebody else playing a game, right? And being like, oh, this game does actually look fun. Or look, like, I may not, I want people to read our reviews and our news. So please continue to read the news and reviews and all that stuff, right? But I also understand that sometimes it is harder to read like a long article, and I know that there are plenty of people who will just go, and we talked about Koopy's review, and they're just going to scroll down to the bottom, and they're going to look at the score that he gave it, and they're going to walk away after that, right? So I know there is a video component that is helpful for people, but you don't need millions of dollars in a marketing budget. You also maybe don't need to announce a game years ago. I'm looking at you, Wolverine, because who knows if you'll even actually come out. I feel like we've heard about it for 3 years, and I'm still waiting to see a freaking Wolverine game that I probably won't play, but I just like X-Men, so I want to see somebody else play it, right? But like all these things that are happening that then are inflating the cost of games so that the casual person can't play it. And that's not fair, right? Like
Yeah, no.
we don't need this. We don't need this. Maybe Brit would get out
Yeah,
of
and
her cozy era if they weren't $70.
I, maybe. Maybe I'll buy a PlayStation if they're not that expensive.
They're not like
I
oh
six
no,
hundred dollars.
I have
don't
like
buy a
a
PlayStation.
PlayStation 2,
Just wait for it to come out on Steam.
and I think the only reason we have two PlayStation 2s. Okay, one brought from my house and one brought from my partner's house when we got married. So that's why we have two. But I think the only reason I had mine was for Dance Dance Revolution.
Yes. Great
A
game.
perfect game, an absolute perfect game though.
It's
Like,
amazing. I mean, how old is that game now? But then I forget what game he wanted, and we couldn't find it anywhere. And it was this old game that he and his brother used to play, and I scoured like used game shops and everything like that to find him this game that I found on like eBay for 20 bucks. And he played it for like 3 weeks, got the nostalgia, and was like, "Okay, I'm done."
It do be that way
I was,
sometimes though.
I was like, "Oh,
mm,
okay."
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
"Why?" He's like, "Why play this game when I can go downstairs and play?" I swear, my husband has like he finds a sale and he's like, "Oh, buy a game. Oh, buy a game. Oh, buy a game."
Mhm.
Uh, and then he has the
I'm not your
Netflix like,
husband, right? Like last time I checked, we weren't married. Like,
I mean, you might be related. Who knows? But like, but then he'll just go and sit and play the same game. Like right now, I think he's playing like Mech Warrior or something. Like, and he's like,
yeah, I'm
"I'm
definitely
trying to
not
get
your husband,
mods to
right?
work."
Like
I'm like, "How?
I know I'm
V
not your husband.
V is like, you talking about me?
Mm.
Oh, you upstairs?" But like there's so many times where like we were talking about like something's 90%. We pick up games like how I feel like easily accessible it is for PC gamers. Where you're like sometimes like I'll go through like Nintendo games like in their shop and something and see a game and I'm like, "Oh, what kind of game is this?" And you're like, "I paid $2. This is absolute garbage."
Mhm.
Mm.
Absolute garbage. Where my kid's like, "I love this game." popping balloons. I love this game, and you're like, oh, okay, whatever makes your little heart happy. Um,
Mm.
but something like Stardew. I'll use Stardew as an example. One single dev.
Mhm.
Uh, not that crazy marketing. You're not going to talk about a huge marketing budget. Like it was a single dude,
Yeah.
gaming like that. How long? Like, when did it come out? 2016, I think it came out, and it's
Yeah.
still like a phenomenal game. We're
Mhm.
almost 10 years into that game, and people are still buying it in droves. Like,
Yeah.
John bought it twice. I think only twice. I think maybe
Yeah.
he bought
I
it more.
can't say anything. I bought Resident Evil 4 8 times. Like sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do for Leon Scott Kennedy. I'm like, you just have to do
I mean, that's true. I am a Leon believer now.
Like, yeah.
but
But
yeah, I think there's so much caveat to that, like going from console gaming to PC gaming. You
Mhm.
want a mod? Buy PC. You want cheaper games? Buy PC.
Yeah,
IPC.
I know. You don't want to do the PC Master Race thing, but it is so like, minus console exclusives or timed exclusives. Like
Hmm.
PC
I will
just,
say
I don't know.
if you wanna sit on your couch and just like hook something up to the TV, because I do see people who are very
Mhm.
PC Master Race say this is like you can hook your PC up to your TV and it's like absolutely not.
No,
Like,
I'm not
what
doing
the
that.
fuck do you mean? Like, no one is doing this, and no one who even is like PC Master Race is doing this. Like, I have, I've got a PlayStation 5, I've got an Xbox Series X, um, I've got a Switch too. Maybe I spend too much money on electronics. Like, we don't have to go into
No, no,
this.
no, no.
But
That's no.
that's, but I do enjoy like lying down on the couch and just firing up a console that's completely hooked up
Mhm.
to the TV. Like, and I would say like console gamers, absolutely real gamers. Like,
Yeah.
if you like games, you're a gamer.
Yes.
Like, I'm not gonna like at no point am I going. If the only thing you have is a Switch, and you're like a
Fine.
little handheld gamer, if the only thing you have is a phone and you play like stuff on your phone, you're absolutely a gamer. Like, if you enjoy video games, I am happy to please try and get you to play
Mhm.
Dark Souls 2. It's the best game that I've like no, but like people should just play more video games. Video games, I think, is the best entertainment medium that is around.
Mhm.
Like, I love films, I love TV series, I love books, but you don't get the same out of any of those things that you can get from a video game,
Yeah.
which is that interaction with the story that is trying to be told. Um, so I don't care where you play them wherever. Um, but I do understand the fact that sometimes if you're sitting at a computer all day and that's what you do for your job, you
Mhm.
don't want to sit down at a computer in an evening to then play your games. You want to do consoles on your television and stuff like that. I would say if your main concern is the lack of big booby, then just buy a fucking PC because you can mod all it. Like,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
because what you can't see big booby on your TV. Like, I live in the UK. Get a VPN. Can still access pornography. like,
I was waiting for you
but
to be like, "You want to sit on the couch? Get a Steam Deck."
That's what I
I
was
mean, you
about.
should
That
also
was
get a Steam
going
Deck.
on in my head. You want to sit on the couch with a PC. There's the Steam Deck. Now we know that not every game is Steam Deck compatible,
But
but
most of them are
most of them
like
are.
you
Yep.
probably should get a Steam Deck. I can't get a
V
Steam Deck.
V has been trying to I mentioned the Steam Deck and I regret not getting it when it was on sale and maybe I will get one in the coming weeks. Sean got one and he's barely touched it and I'm like I should have just taken that freaking Steam
That
Deck.
could just be your Steam Deck. Just fight him for it. Whoever wins in the hand-to-hand combat gets the Steam Deck, surely. Like, or
Mhm.
just tell
I'll
tell
just buy one.
Sean that Brett and I said that it's your Steam Deck now.
Yep.
You can't you
I'll
can't
message
fight
him right
both of
now.
us. Like,
I'll message him right now. That that's Tony's now.
That's it. That's hers. That's all there is to it. No, I mean because the Steam Deck is nice, and I
He
know
stole
that you
your
can plug it
Switch.
in. He did years
He
ago.
stole
He
your
did steal my
Switch.
Switch. That I don't remember if we talked about it just off the podcast or on the podcast, but when
We spoke about it on the
was it
podcast.
on the podcast?
He
I don't
stole
know.
your yeah.
Listen, the behind the scenes things, listeners, watchers, whatever, is that like we will record the episode of the podcast and then there's like usually, unless one of us has something to do, another hour or two that is not recorded that is just us like bullshitting. Um that goes nowhere.
And when we put the Patreon up, then you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to hear us bullshit.
And that will have random surprise people that come in because there are definitely times where we finish recording and Sean will be like, "Are you guys still recording?" No. All right, I'm just gonna join the audio line.
But
Sort of just like random surprise people, but like when he got really into I think it no it wasn't Stardew, it was Animal Crossing. He got really into Animal Crossing and I could not use the Switch because he always had Animal Crossing on it. So then finally I just bought another Switch. The first Switch my parents had cashed in all their Dave and Buster's points for, and then I had to buy the second Switch just so I could have my own Switch and play things on. I don't even remember what game. Oh, it was I was really trying to play Bravely Default. That's the game I was trying to play. Bravely Default 2. Um, and I was like,
I don't
I
know. It just
can't
sounds
play
like that Sean's Steam Deck is now your Steam Deck. Like I just take it.
Revenge.
Not
I mean, I
even
know I'm gonna
revenge.
buy
Like
one.
is he using it right now?
No, because I can see it from
Take it.
here.
Take it. Monday morning when you're on your way to work,
Just take
if
it.
it's not actively in his hands, take it out.
It won't be because he works from home. I'm the one that's sitting on the train
Well, yeah. So why does he need a fucking Steam Deck? He's got a PC.
to sit in bed. Although I think I've only seen him sit in bed with the Steam Deck once.
It's your. I think Brett can. I think like the girlies together, the girly popskins together can be like, that's your Steam Deck now.
Hmm. Don't say anything.
Take it.
That's the
Take
key.
it.
You don't say anything.
Just like
Will he notice it's gone?
You just take it to the.
no,
You
you
just
know
take
what?
it to
He
you
will.
take it to the bedroom and just.
That's the crazy
What are you
thing.
doing in there? Pooping. Leave it alone. You just say, I'm pooping. They'll leave you alone.
Yeah. I wish, but also with a cat, and maybe you know this with like having kids, they don't always leave you alone.
It's true. But
They
the
don't.
husband does. Or the partner does.
He doesn't
I'm
always.
pooping, don't come in.
Sometimes
It's
he'll be like, I
true.
just need to grab this thing, and I'm like, oh well, okay, all right. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm leaving. He's cat sitting. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go cat sit, and I'll be like, all right, I'm just on the toilet. Oh, yeah. I'm like, okay.
But does he have any reviews coming up? Because I could just message him relentlessly about reviews that he's got coming up.
I
Like,
don't think so, actually. I don't think so. It's just
okay,
me.
I'm just
It's
gonna.
just me with the backlog, V. I have JRPG after RPG after RPG. It's just me.
No, I'll send him a review code. I'm like, Sean, I really need you to do this, and like, I'm gonna be checking up on you every 2 days about how you're doing this. Like, I'll send him. I'll get him a code for something, and then I'll make sure there's loads of guides, and I'll just like, Harry, go, like, distract Sean so that Candy
What
may
game
steal the
is
Steam
John
Deck.
really,
Like,
really want? We will take whoever is on it off of it so that he gets it.
yeah, I'm in charge of the spreadsheet. I can do that.
I mean, right
Like,
now,
don't.
I don't think there's one that he's like super waiting for. I mean, the game that he like wants to play that he hasn't picked up yet is Ghost of Yotai. Um, I don't think there's
Oh
one
yeah,
that like
no, could
yeah,
be
because
the
it's already
adult.
done.
Could,
Um, I don't think there's one that he's like super like, oh my God, right now. Um,
Does he want Power Wash Sim?
I mean, he will play it, but because we were talking about this, he will play it, but he was like not jumping at it right away because he's like, well, like I'm busy with work and which I get because Lord knows I did not think that we were gonna get the second game on my list. Um, and I was
but
just
he's
like, oh,
busy with
whatever.
work. That means he's not playing the Steam Deck,
That
so
means
it
he's
could be
not
your
playing.
Steam Deck.
Like,
Stay on the
actually,
train. You
wait,
need
it's
something to
already out.
keep you entertained.
It's true, it's already out, so I don't actually need to stay behind embargo or anything. I'm so used to like there being embargoes that I'm like, this game. I'm finishing up Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics, so that I can jump into Digimon, right? To then jump into another game that we do have an embargo on, right? But so I'm like RPG after RPG after RPG. I'm like, man, if I had known, I mean, I didn't know that we were gonna get Tactics. I didn't know that we were gonna get Digimon. I would have bought the Steam Deck. Like I was like,
Well,
we're not
no,
gonna
say
get these.
that.
It's fine.
Say that.
It's
Like
fine.
I've got, I, like I need to go into the office, but there are games that I have to play that have
I need to play these
like
games.
we've got timelines on them. I
Yep.
need to the
I
Steam.
need
I need
this.
to use the Steam Deck
That's it right
so I
there.
can play them on the train. To
That's it right
because otherwise I'll get mad. And I do have a tiny knife. Like
I did see you casually pulling out the olives with the tiny knife.
that's not the tiny knife. That's just like a medium-sized knife. But that's the only thing. It was the only thing close to me that I could get the. I forgot that olives had pits in them. Otherwise, I would have
Mm.
just used like a stick. But they're too heavy for that. And I didn't actually really think about it, but now you said it. Yes, I was just eating olives out of a glass with a knife. Yep.
I saw it and at first I was like, I'm not gonna say anything, but then I was like, I caught that. I was like, mm-hmm.
It's very Maleficent coded.
It is.
Well, yeah, I'm just in character. Like, I would never do this normally. Like,
I call sus on that one.
I disagree. Well, what we do need to do is we have to decide on a game that we're all going to play together for the end of October Girl Pod play sesh. So
Ooh, what is a good one?
we we have spoke about like for the entirety of Gamer Social Club, maybe a bit of Dead by Daylight,
We do
but
have a
I
community night
think
day for Dead by
Early.
Daylight. Yeah.
yeah, but I feel like we could do a Girl Pod gaming session. Um, I don't have any suggestions. I've just randomly fired this out here. But like Bright, do you have any? Do you have any?
So I used to not be a horror girly, and then I started playing Phasmo because friends were playing Phasmo, and
Okay.
I was like, well, I guess I'll play. And I was like the bus sitter. Like I would just sit on the bus instead of going into the
That's
spooky
me.
house. But now I have like it's like 79K in just monies, which is a lot for that game. And I'm dubbed the sugar mama because I
Oh, I
fund
love
every
that.
game. So yeah, Phasmo's a good one. Demonologist I just read today, which Demonologist has been quiet. Demonologist came out to kind of like go up against Phasmo and what Phasmo
Mm-hmm.
does. And they've got a little bit more of a realistic, like their graphics are a little bit more realistic compared to Phasmo. Which Phasmo you've got like very boxy, very pixelated kind of character, like the movements and stuff like that. Whereas Demonologist, you've got more lifelike stuff. But it felt like they abandoned the game. But I read today somewhere that they are working behind the scenes to do more stuff, and they even posted pictures and things like that. And it looks really good. They didn't give any dates, times, anything like that. But they're like, yeah, we're still here. We're still doing stuff. So Demonologist is a great one.
Have you played
Um,
Devour?
yes, I have played. Is Devour? Is that the one? Maybe not Devour. What's the other one? The one where you go into tombs.
Oh, I have not played that one. I know that one. So I don't like Phasmo, and I don't like it because the anxiety that I feel not being able to see the thing, right?
Mm,
Which is why I like Devour because you see the thing that's coming for you. And to
okay.
me, that makes like all the difference. Like Phasmo gets me too on edge, right? And I can do
Mm,
like maybe 2 or 3 rounds, and then I'm like, I'm done because it is like a lot of like walking around, waiting for the
yeah.
thing, like,
Mhm.
and that level of like anxiety and stress, like, and everyone thinks I'm crazy when I say I prefer Devour because Devour, by all rights, yes, is scarier. And like
Mhm.
the jump scares are a little bit scarier. But again, you see the thing coming for you for I think most, if not all, scenarios. Um, like and some people don't like that you do have to burn the goats because that is one of the things in one of the scenarios with Devour because you're like sacrificing
Mhm.
things. Um, but I'm like, okay, but I can see the bitch coming at me, right? So I can run away, right? I can see
Yeah.
her down the hall, so I know not to go this way. I can do this. And
Uh-huh.
the other thing that I also like about Devour is if you get caught by whichever killer it is that you're up against, um, that's not the end for you, right? Which like with Phasmo, if you get caught, like that's the end, right? In Devour, someone can come and rescue you.
Okay.
Mm.
So I do like
Okay.
that element because I was like, I'm not good at these games, but I want to,
Yeah.
like, I would like to try to play them, but then because I get so scared in Phasmo that I basically do nothing, right? Or like if
Yeah.
I go into the house, I get so like anxious that then
Yeah.
like, I'll be like, oh, like, are you here? Are you here? And then as soon as they say something on the stupid spirit box, like I freeze up or like I scream and then I
You're like,
just run out
oh,
and I'm like, I am not as interactive with it.
yeah. And I think it's taken a lot of like being submerged into that. Like I have a lot of hours in Phasmo because I used to play with a friend like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That you just kind of become numb to it. So it's like after a while. Forewarned is a good one too.
That's the one in
Um,
the tombs.
that's
Yeah.
the one yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one we found. It's called Remnant Records, and it's very similar to that, but you do see the ghost. The ghost is
Okay.
up and around. It's fun. Each character has their own skills. So like one brings in tarot, one brings in aura reading and things like that. So it's a
Hmm.
great one too. There I feel like there's so many ghost hunting games.
Mm-hmm.
And they all do different things and do different things well. Um, I wish it would just all get together and make one epic game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'm just looking up
absolutely.
Remnant Records now.
Yeah.
I never
It's
heard of
it's
that
a fun
one.
game. Yeah, it's a smaller game, but it's um actually a pretty good game. I don't know if they've really done anything since 2024, but I think it's a pretty okay game.
Hmm.
Um Content
Interesting.
warning was fun because
Content
I
warning is fun. Repo is fun. Like,
yes, and
I
Repo
don't have
too.
content warning. I have repo.
Yeah,
yeah,
because content warning was a joke, wasn't it? It came
yeah.
out
It was
as
like an
a
April Fool's.
it was. It came out as an April Fool's joke, and it kind of just took off. But then
Mm.
Repo kind of took that mindset into going to do that, and I feel like it is a better version of it, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
Yeah,
And I like Repo more than I like Lethal Company.
yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
am. I like Lethal Company, but I have to put on obviously the arachnophobia mode of
I
Lethal
do.
Company.
Yep.
Um, I said this on the news podcast, and well, I think I said it before the news, but I was viciously attacked by a gigantic spider on Thursday evening. Um, and by gigantic, I do not live in Australia. I am Scottish, but it was about the size of my hand, and I did say, which is not large for a hand, but very fucking large for a spider.
Yes.
Like,
Oh
Yes.
my God. I
um,
would cry.
I was just sitting on the couch, just normally sitting on the couch, and like, you know that way you think you see something move out of the corner of your eye, and you're like, and 9 times out of 10 there's nothing, but I was like, oh, something, and then I turned around and on the opposite wall was just like boom, and I was like, I don't know what
And yet you still
I
live
live
in this house.
well, no, I killed it because I live alone, so like if you come into my house and you're not invited, I will murder you. This is the rule. Like,
Okay.
like so I ran into the bathroom, picked up some Cillit Bang, which I think is presumably also only a Yuki thing, but it's like a bleach spray. Sprayed it once
Okay.
with bleach. It fell off the wall, and then when it was trying to climb back up the wall, I squished it with a shoe. But I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm gonna have to go to the supermarket to buy a bottle of wine because now I'm just terrified of my entire home because there's a tarantula in it and it was just like trying to come at me. Like,
Okay. So in the
um
States, we have what's called a wolf spider. I don't know if you have them in
I don't
the
like that.
over there.
No, like,
They carry their babies on their back.
no, I don't like that.
If you
Mm-hmm.
squish it, the babies
Yeah.
disperse,
Yeah.
and then you
I'm
can
just
lift
gonna
them
live
up.
in Scotland forever. Like, I love other countries,
I think that's the best idea because
but
here, no.
Mm-hmm.
spiders on your back, like, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
If I squish a spider, the spider is dead. And his friend can come over and potentially mourn his corpse, and then I will squish him also. Like, what do you mean, spider babies on their backs? If I
Mm-hmm.
squish it, they're gonna run at me like some
Mhm.
sort of zombie horde. No.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic.
You know that word. It's fine.
That word. I've had too much. You know.
Too much sugar.
Um.
Oh,
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
no.
I think the spiders are the one of the reasons I like Repo more than Lethal Company. I think just there's a lot of walking in
Mm.
Lethal Company.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is.
Just,
There is a lot of walking. I
where
mean, I've played
Repo.
Repo for 5 minutes.
mhm.
So
It's
if
very
y'all
fun.
wanted to carry me in Repo, I'd be down for a
You
Repo
can,
session.
we can literally do that because in Repo you
I
can just do
know.
uppies. Like,
Give me
so
uppies.
I think that for our last Halloween stream of Girl Pod for October, the girlies should get together and play some Repo. We'll do some uppies
Like,
and
I like
also just play some Repo. It'll be good fun.
I mean, you don't
I
have
like
to
it.
convince me.
And that could be your recommendation for people for the rest of, well, for this week to play some Repo.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out, okay? If this episode gets, let's say, 7 likes, okay? Let's say this episode gets 7 likes. We do 2 episodes for the end of October as a treat to the viewers. One where it's your normal Girl Pod episode, and then a secondary one of us playing Repo. I mean, we could play Repo regardless. It's just a matter of whether or not they'll get to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we'll play anyway. Like, we're all friends here. We
Yeah.
play games when you're not here. Like,
We
if you
sit
want
on
to see the
Discord
games,
anyway.
you if you want to see the games, you have to let us
Yeah.
hmm
know.
So 7 likes on this episode, and you get 2 episodes as a special treat. We're getting rid of the trick, not trick or treat, just treat, but it needs 7 likes. And then you get
Sounds
double
good to me.
episodes for the final week. I think that's fair.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you get nothing.
Otherwise, you just
Yes,
get your normal
actually,
You
episode.
can just get a regular pod.
yes. In fact, no, you don't even get a regular pod. We're going to take a fucking week off and have a holiday and not go out trick or treating.
But I have one more cosplay to wear.
Well, same, but also you can't tell them that. Like, you know,
I have 4
make
cosplays. I say I have one more to wear. Meanwhile, I'm like, I have 3 that I ran by V before we recorded this episode. Not
okay.
even one.
Oh, okay, but here's the thing. Like, Brett does have a Mothman cosplay.
I do.
So if you do not give enough likes, you will not get to see the Mothman cosplay.
And
Mm.
it's
And I feel like
damn good.
realistically,
Mothman.
you want to see that because we all
Yes,
fucking love a Mothman. Like,
we all love a Mothman. I have Porch Goose that's dressed up like a Mothman.
we
Yeah.
have so much Mothman. Don't no, you can't show it. You can't show it. Yeah.
Okay. You can't see it. You can't see it. You can see me and my goose dressed up like Mothman if you give a minimum. Minimum. You can't stop at 7. A
Mhm.
Yeah.
minimum of
Minimum of 7 likes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. See, so that's the challenge for you viewers. 7 likes, and then you will get to see Repo gameplay. You'll get to see 2 moth people, right? Because you'll see Brit and you will see, the goose. So you have to at a minimum 7, uh, and then we'll give you a nice little treat of our gameplay. And by the time this episode comes out, you'll have seen us play Peak. Me, V, and Darby's already laughing. It was a hell of a time. And
It was great.
it was very fun. It wasn't even something that I was sure we were gonna put on the YouTube, but we did get it
We're
edited.
just that we're just that funny.
I I went back and I watched it and I was like, okay, like I feel like we should share this. And that's some of the stuff that you can get in the GSE Discord, right? So, make sure that you are in it. And the link is down below. We do community games. I know Harry has done some Sea of Thieves, and I know he's talking about like rotating some of the games. I've done some Among Us. We're gonna do Dead by Daylight, or we've just done it by the time this episode airs because I can't remember dates and calendars. Either way, there will be Dead by Daylight. Also, I like Dead by Daylight, so if people wanted to just play and we're hanging out in the Discord, I would play it. Um, see,
I'll play
I'm
that up. Yeah.
I'm down.
What was your
Yeah.
main?
Ooh, I didn't really have a main, although if I was playing killer, I was usually trickster. Um, and if I am like running around as a survivor, usually I played the girl that came with him. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Um,
Oh, is it Yunjin?
I think so, yeah. And then
With the
occasionally I
purple
would
lanyard?
occasionally I'd be Jill from Resident Evil. So it would really depend. Uh, and I haven't played it in a while, so I am a little rusty. But I would definitely jump back and play. And I know they usually have
But yeah,
like the free weekends
but we're going to be playing it
in the
towards the
Discord,
end of the
yeah.
month
Yeah.
for the Discord.
I can't
So
remember when this episode comes out. Uh
no, we'll
that's
be
why I'm like,
playing Dead by Daylight after it, like because it can't be before, uh,
okay, I don't
because
remember.
that's when we're all busy. It'll be
That's when we're all
afterwards. It'll
busy.
be
Yeah.
afterwards. Don't
That's
worry
why
about
I'm like,
it. Don't
I
worry
don't
about
know.
it. Don't
But
worry
even if
about
it's
it.
even if it's afterwards, jump in the Discord, hang out and be like, "Hey, I really want to play." Like, cool. There are times where we're just sitting in the Discord, hanging out and chatting and playing games, and if it's not something that we're on an embargo for, we'll just share the screen and you can watch us play games, sometimes poorly, sometimes well. And that's in the Discord. The other thing in the Discord is we post links to all the articles that we write. So you can check those out so that way you can add gamersocialclub.ca to your favorites so you can catch all of our news, reviews, editorials, guides, all of that stuff. And then also make sure that you are subscribing here so that you can also catch more Girl Pot episodes, more community game night games, and VODs, and also the news pod, where the UK gang maybe with some Aussie flavor mixed in every once in a while. We'll be there talking about the week's news. So make sure that you are checking out all the things we are doing. We are staying busy and hopefully entertaining you along the way. So make sure you like, subscribe, share with your gamer friends, even your non-gamer friends. Just be like, hey, these girls are really cool to listen to. You should give this a listen. They're a little silly. They're fun. Give it a shot, right? And then leave a comment down below. And don't forget that like because we need those 7 likes to be able to share with you our repo gameplay. If not, we're going to have a good time. You're going to be the one missing out. But a huge thank you for watching. You'll be seeing that there will be, if not always 3 of us, a rotation of the 3 of us. We'll be switching it up on the pod, so you're going to have to check in every week to see who's on it and what we're talking about. But until next time, everybody, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you then. Bye.
Hello! If you are watching this, you've made it to the end of this video, which also means you heard us pronounce someone's name wrong a whole bunch of times. So, this is the official Girl Pod apology. We pronounced Erica Ishii's name incorrect a few times on the pod. It is pronounced Erica Ishii, not Erica Ishii, so that's our bad. We apologize. We did not mean to pronounce anybody's name incorrectly. That was wrong of us. So this is our formal apology on behalf of the trio. Please accept it. And we hope that you continue to check in for next week's Girl Pod. And yes, to stay in theme, I totally used the VTuber and also because I didn't feel like putting myself together today. Thank you so much for watching. See you next episode. Bye!